I say do that because I don't think we'll get through a whole round of combat before
Yeah.
Kepler shows up.
But yeah.
Just a note: you are muted on stream. Sorry. I was just checking it out, and I think.
Okay, let's see. Bueller, check. Hey, it's working now. So sorry about that, y'all missed the intro. Because apparently Streamlabs decided to disable my microphone and switch it to a microphone that doesn't exist on this computer. Some weird 00 dot number thing. So anywho, welcome to Monday Night at Probo. Check out Little Dragon Corp, check out Cardboard Castle Games. But, man, I feel like we're in Spaceballs. Alright, quick version. Deal, good, kiss her. So that as we had just started back in, we are going to bump Furia as Fury's usually here a couple of minutes after due to real life things right now. So we're going to slide Furia down the initiative until she arrives, or until the end of the initiative. We'll just have her go last if we happen to get there. For the party, there are a couple of individuals who you are in combat with who are aware that she cast a spell. In the instance she loses concentration on the Draconic Spirit, I will allow for this one round for that creature to still go, because it would technically be going before anything else. So I'm tossing that out there just so the party and the people who are at home are aware. I don't want you guys to lose the opportunity of that thing, that maybe being able to do something, because we're bumping her down. So with that being said, we're going to slide Fury out of her slot here and start working with Sarah. You are currently being hauled like a sack of somewhat bruised and beaten potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Off and away from your party.
I think it's taking your webcam mic, babe. I don't know. Okay. I am. Okay. How's the guy holding me looking?
He's looking pretty good, actually.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
he doesn't
okay.
look like... You can see he's got some nicks, he's got a couple bruises, some bumps on him, but he doesn't look anywhere near as bad as you do.
And okay, I would like to bite him.
Okay. We'll call this a strength attack. You do have disadvantage... Or actually, no, you're just grappled. You're not restrained.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and make your attack. That's a D20 plus your strength.
Okay. I could use a luck point. I'll use a luck point. That's the end of my luck points, but you know what? Okay, 15.
Okay, give me a second.
For a split moment, your fake teeth came out.
Had it been a nat 1, Granny would have lost the dentures. Okay, on the... Okay, that is actually going to hit this individual, the one who's carrying you. So do me a favor, roll a d4, and then add, or in your case, probably subtract your strength modifier.
Yeah. D4 minus 1. So 2.
Oh, hey, not bad. Okay. So you bite this individual, and you actually do 2 points of damage to him.
Does he drop me?
Nope.
Dang it! Just so you know, I was going to give myself up willingly to all of you, and now I am heavily injured. I have a feeling this is wanted dead or alive. Am I correct?
At the moment, you just see anger in the face as he's looking down, where there's now just a small little trickle of blood coming out of the side of his chest where you just bit him. He doesn't reply immediately.
I'll tell you what. Knowing Claudia, I have a feeling she wants me alive, even if she says they're alive. She wants me alive because she wants to rub this in my face. So you are gonna have to get some magic hoo-ha working so I don't die. What do you say?
Okay. So we'll see what he decides to say once it gets over to him.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
So that'll bring us over to Rose.
Okay, so I can see Sarah and this individual now since the
Yeah, you can
all
see
the fog
you
is
can
cleared.
see
Okay.
them. And you can also see the barbarian woman who is standing right behind you. Right, I think you were still facing her technically.
Okay. I am going to try to charge toward Sarah and that individual and just try to tackle them, but not to injure anyone, just to try and separate Rose.
Oh wait, that's right.
Sarah.
No, you weren't still over there. You were. I forgot about that. I did not update my map.
Because I ran out
over
of
on the side of the carriage. You are not beside the barbarian because you dove into the smoke the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you. Okay. So, what's your movement speed?
35.
Okay. So from where they are now, you would not be able to get to them and attack. You would have to dash. So you can run your movement, and if you want to make some sort of a ranged attack, you could. Or you could dash and be right up in their grill. Completely up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll just dash and get as close as I can then. Yeah.
So you are now right next to this individual and Sarah. And as you come running up, you can see Sarah just being lugged sideways yourself, like, beaten into the side of this person. Okay, so that brings us over to this individual who is not too pleased with what Furio is doing. Okay. Let's see. And alright, so he is actually going to use his movement to get right up into Furious face and can actually take 2 swings with his greatsword at her. Fury, I'm sorry. First one is an at 20.
Oh.
Second one, though, is going to miss, because, yeah, that's only a 9. Okay. So, we are going to let... it's 2, there we are. 4. Okay.
Didn't hear you that time.
Okay, 19 points of slashing damage to Furia. So I'm going to jump over here and just mark that down for her. Okay. 13. Okay, now she needs to make a concentration check. And she fails her concentration save. So, as we mentioned, the draconic spirit is gone, but it is going to sort of get its one last action once she gets here, as it would have already gone. And that brings us over to you, Lydia.
Right. I'm gonna look up and see how bad Sarah looks, and I'm gonna cast a healing word her way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's looking pretty rough. As they're running, there's just like a little trail of blood being dripped behind.
Okay, so let me roll that out. Let's do 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. 10 plus 5, so 15 points of healing to Sarah.
Sorry, 10 or 8?
Oh, 15.
15.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna run in their direction. I know that I'll probably be like 30 feet away, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
run
you've still got a little ways to go to catch up to them.
Okay.
Okay, that brings us over to you. What do you still have left that you can do?
Oh wait, can I run and dash? Cause I could use my action to dash.
Healing
over
word's a
there?
bonus action? Then yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna run and dash over there. All right.
Okay. That brings us over to this individual. Okay, and what does he have left? Okay. Let's see what you do. Okay, that'll work. This individual is going to start casting a spell looking towards Sarah. Okay.
Did you say Sarah?
Towards Sarah, yes. Sarah, as this individual starts muttering and casting its incantation, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. And as this happens, you can hear the knight yelling something. And he seems to be directing it at you.
It's gonna be a 9 on the die.
Oh, okay. Well, then I was going to say, well, no, that is it.
I don't have any more luck points, babe.
So, sorry, as you hear this and you feel your body start to seize up, you are now paralyzed.
Can I talk?
I don't think so.
Let me just see here. Paralyzed. No, you are completely incapacitated. Cannot move, cannot speak. So all you hear is, as Sarah's reached down and bit into this individual emotion, she starts to say them, you hear the voice just get cut off as all of you who are charging up and can see she is just now frozen in place. That ends that person's go. That brings us over to the gunslinger, who is still on the other side of the carriage. And there.
Statue of Sarah now. Oh, interesting.
Do me a favor, Murdoch. Just make a stealth roll for me.
Okay. 5. I have been yelling from underneath here.
Okay, give me a second, because Furia has just arrived. So.
I think last time I poked my head out and I was like that one is concentrate, get him, and then I poked my head back from under. I look like a goof.
Okay, so sorry folks, our cameras are going to be a little wonky for a moment as Furia just arrived, so bear with us as again, but we're just going to keep rolling along. Actually, well, okay, actually what we'll do is we're going to hold on our gunslinger for a moment. So, Furia, we actually just sort of bumped you down the initiative because you were literally first one to go. Now,
fair enough.
You did get hit, and I rolled your concentration check for your draconic spirit, and you did lose concentration. As I told the group at the beginning, though, because that creature would have gone first, I'm gonna let you it'll get this last action. So it's we'll call it its death. We'll call it its death throes. It's the spell's fading, but it's got that one last bit of oomph for it.
Oomph. Okay.
But I'll say, go ahead. Basically, the individual is still carrying Sarah off. Lydia just healed her a little bit, and now you see that Sarah has become immobilized. She is completely just frozen still. And the heavily armored individual charged up to you and just took 2 swipes at you. So he is still right in your face.
I do not have the character sheet up for my dragon creature yet.
No worries. I've got it pulled up,
but-
so if you know what you want to do, I can tell you what to roll for.
All right. So is it my turn or its turn? As technically I go
It's
first.
Well, it goes.
You
You go, and then it followed right after you. So I mean,
Okay.
you can do it in either order. It's up to you.
So I can't do anything about Sarah yet. So I'm going to concentrate on the guy in front of me. How does he look like he's been hurt before? This
He does have a
particular
couple.
dude?
He does have a couple of licks on him. I can't remember which one you smacked him around, but he's definitely taken a little bit of damage.
Okay. Then I'm going to just dig out my swords as they're the most convenient and take 2 whacks at him.
Okay, fire away.
Whoa, okay, coming out strong. First is a 25 to hit, second is a 24.
Okay, so those are both going to hit. That makes sense, because he only hit you once, but it was a crit, so apparently Fury is not feeling that strike.
Alright, that is, between the both swords, that's 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Now, the dragon, I remember ordering it to go and get Sarah, so would have it moved in that direction at all?
So basically, it was on the other side of the carriage. So
Okay.
it had moved a little bit around, but the smoke was still up at that point, and its blind vision, it did not, it couldn't see or see.
Right, it wasn't far enough. Okay.
At
Can it
this
see?
point now, it's probably about 70 feet away still, as this individual has been taking off running. So it can see this, basically a small halfling getting, or what now looks to be a statue of a halfling, getting hauled away.
Alright, okay, I got the stat block up here, I believe. So is there anybody closer that it can strike out as? It realizes it's dissipating into the void?
Yeah, there is the female barbarian is right behind it.
Alright. Then I would say it would do a multi-attack and whip around and just go wild on her as it
Okay.
fades.
Go ahead and make your attacks. And any melee attacks will have advantage on this individual. Because this individual's last attacks were made recklessly.
Okay. The first one was a nat 20.
Oh,
So it's a
okay.
24 to hit. The second one was a 9 to hit.
Okay, let me double check. I think it's going to miss though. Yeah, that misses.
Okay. I would hope so, but you never know. Okay, that's 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on the second die, so meh.
It digs its claws in her, and you can just see there's blood pouring out of her at this point. She is not looking good at all.
And can the dragon see any allies? It can also do its breath weapon, but it's a 30-foot cone. Would it hit anybody?
From where everyone is right now, no.
Alright, so it's also going to do its 30-foot cone breath weapon. I believe I picked thunder damage, so I'd be doing thunder damage.
That is it a thunder? Is it Dex or Con? For the
It
save?
is a dex save throw.
Okay, let me just check and see. I don't know if these things have danger sense. I don't think so. Nope. So that's gonna fail. That's a 3 on the die.
Yep. I was checking my spell save. It's like, oh, I don't need to that.
Yeah, no, that's a 4.
Yeah, okay. So it would take 7 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Well, Murdoch, you can probably see this best from your vantage point, and Art is the others are more focused over by Sarah. As this spectral dragon starts to fade, you can see that this barbarian is now very heavily leaning on the great axe. And is just barely managing to keep it together at this point. Okay, so that will bring us over then to the gunslinger, who can see Murdoch under the carriage, and can see Artemis off in the distance. So it's actually going to take a shot at each one of you. So the first attack at Murdoch, because you are prone, does have disadvantage technically.
Mm-hmm. Is the card also giving me any cover?
Sure, we'll say it gives you partial cover.
Yay.
So that is a 23 to hit, though.
At disadvantage?
A 17 and 18 on the dot.
Yeah, doesn't matter much then.
Okay, so to Murdoch we have... you take 5 points of piercing damage, plus 11 points of poison damage.
Ow.
And then...
Poison bullets? Really?
And then Art, you are in its long range, or its disadvantage at you as well. That's not gonna. That's a 12.
Nice.
You know what? Sure, I prefer that outcome. I have health.
Yeah, no, that misses.
This person starts running up towards the horses and heading up towards where the Knight and Fury are currently sort of hanging out. That's going to end there, and that brings us actually to Murdoch.
Okay. I'm under the cart. I just got shot. What is my distance to the... is the gentleman now carrying a paralyzed, Sarah?
Yep, he hasn't let go of her.
Okay, how far away am I from that individual?
About 40 feet where you're under the carriage.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to use my unsettling words, because the range of that is 60 feet. So I'm going to he's gonna just hear from somewhere like, like, things are about to get very, very strange for you. I'll roll a d10, because it's a d10 now. So he has a -5 on his saving throw.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm going to cast, which also has a range of 60 feet, a phantasmal force on him, which is an intelligence save of 17 with a -5.
Okay, I don't even think it's worth rolling. Let me just double check. Okay, actually, well, he has a chance, barely a chance, but he has one.
Go for it.
Okay, let's see here. Come on, little dragon, don't fail me.
Come on, little dragon, fail him.
One shy.
Oh, good.
Okay.
With his modifier, I needed the nat 20. 19 doesn't cut it.
Okay. So it says in the spell description for Phantasmal Force that I can choose to create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon, and that the creature, due to the magic is going to believe that it's real. So I'm going to create the real Sarah. A little bit of a distance away from him. That thing he's holding, that's not really Sarah. She's a little bit out of the way.
I'm not
And
really
she's-
Sarah.
And she's just...
Okay.
And because the phantasm can also damage, if it makes sense, Phantasmal Sarah's gonna shoot him with her phantasmal crossbow. So he will take 4 psychic damage that he thinks is piercing damage.
Alrighty then.
And then I will use my movement to back up more under the wagon because I don't want to keep getting shot.
Alrighty then. So as Murdoch does that, that actually brings us to that individual who is currently holding
A dud.
a blunt object and has a small dwarven creature with weapons discharged. He is now looking over at Sarah, looks at the thing in his arm, looks over at Sarah, looks at Rose, and is literally going to try to clock you in the face, Rose. With
Okay.
Sarah.
With Sarah, okay.
Oh no.
That's not how I thought, but you know, that's hilarious.
Okay. So, improvised. Okay. Rose is a 17 hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll hit.
So, Rose and Sarah, you both take,
Oh no.
as your two heads collide, 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Sarah, not that you're really aware of it, you're still paralyzed. And then he takes off running and just sort of discards Sarah on the ground.
That's what I was hoping for.
And you can hear the knight at the front is now frantically calling out orders. And that is going to, and there go, that brings us over to the barbarian individual, who they are still looking to, where can we get to? There, Rose ran off, Murdoch's into the carriage, I can't get to Artemis. It's movement, 30. Yes, it really can't get up towards anyone. So it's going to take a couple of steps running forward and is just literally taking the axe and is going to throw it at Rose, hearing their commander-in-chief basically calling out, screaming at this person who just abandoned the target. And all of you can see this individual running off, basically away from everybody, charging towards something. But none of you can see what. So this individual is going to haul off and throw their great axe at you.
Okay.
And they're throwing something that's not meant to be thrown, so they have disadvantage on it. And Little Dragon wants to kill somebody tonight. That's a 19 and a 15 on the die.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's a Dex mod is 2, so that's 15 to 2, 17 to hit again.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so the now weaponless barbarian has hauled off and chucked this at you. You take 14 points of slashing
Ooh.
damage.
wearing.
Wait, no. 13 points. I'll call this a dex because they threw it. It's not really strength. And they are now probably about 20 feet away from you as you now have this great axe sort of stuck into your shoulder blade in your back. That's going to end their go, and that brings us to Artemis.
Cool. Jeez. So, I see a frozen Sarah on the floor?
So at your distance, because you are still like 70 odd, probably actually closer from where you are, probably closer to 90 feet away from Sarah, you just watch this fighter pick Sarah up, slam her head first onto Rose, throw her onto the ground, and then go running away.
I mean, kudos for creativity, I suppose. I guess I'm going to start heading that way, like, just running, because I'm not trusting myself with, bamfing forward, or backwards, as it was. So I will probably just, like, use my, bonus action, dash, to get there.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so that puts you basically, you're right up near the, probably the back, maybe 10, 20 feet from the back of the carriage at this point.
Okay.
So you're back up basically where you started, but you're still probably a good, like, 40, at this point, 40 feet from where Sarah is.
Okay, so that puts me back up by the carriage. Where... And Murdoch's under there, right?
Murdoch is under the carriage, yeah.
Okay, cool, sounds good. Alright, if there's any way that I can kind of, like, be behind the carriage in a way that is, like, hiding from other people, then cool.
Sure, I'll say, you won't be able to hide, but I'll say if there's anyone that's in the, like, the front area, so those other two individuals that aren't really close that were way up by the two gates that are still up there. So if they were to make an attack towards you, we'll say you have cover from them.
Okay. Yeah. And that's all we can do.
Okay. So that actually brings us to those individuals.
Oh.
And one of them, one is on the side with Rose, one is on the side away from Rose. And currently, Rose, you are just the closest to the target, so you are the target. As one of them is going to take a shot at Rose, and the other one is going to take a shot at Furia, as Furia is currently involved in a battle with their direct commander. Okay. So, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, they can each make 2 attacks with their bow. So, Rose, the first 2 coming at you.
All right.
I have an 11 and a 16.
So the 16 will hit, but the 11 will not.
Okay, so 16 hits. This one is... Okay, that is 7 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And 6 points of poison damage.
7 and 6.
Yep, so a total of 13.
Okay.
And then we have 2 coming at Furia. I don't like this die. This is the 3rd time it's rolled a 6.
Oh.
So that one's definitely not going to hit. 16 hit Furia?
16 will hit.
Okay. So Furia, we have 7 piercing damage and 4 poison damage. Total of 11. That ends their go and brings us back over to Furia.
All right. How far away is Sarah from me at this moment? The Sarah that I can see. Since I don't know about the other thing.
The blunt object is probably from where you are, like 35 feet. It's basically you're up at the front of the carriage, and this person was heading out sideways.
Okay, and where's the? Am I still really close to the carriage? I know I was standing on top of it at one point.
You were on top of it. Then you said you had gotten down by the horses.
Mm-hmm.
So we hadn't had you move, so you're still like right up at the front of the horses, and the heavily armored guy is the one who came up to you and hacked at you. So you guys are still right up by the horses.
All right, I don't know. I don't think I know where Murdoch is, but I don't see her. So I'm just sort of just gonna call out to where I think she might be, back over in the carriage area and like to the side, and I'm like, Murdoch. Are we killing these guys or just sort of getting Sarah back and running away?
Honestly, I don't. You hear from underneath the. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not trying to.
Well, that makes it harder.
I'm not trying to.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, kind of. It's like, I'm not gonna kill anybody, but if someone is dead after I crawl out from under this cart, something happened. I don't know, he could have tripped and fallen on a rock.
Sarah's only thinking of murder right now.
Where she can't move. Alright, I'm going to turn into an earth elemental and use up both my wild shapes to do so.
Okay.
We need to get things started here. I don't feel like they're started enough. So, I don't know if that's an action.
What type of druid are you?
I'm a moon druid, so wild shaping is
I think it's a
a bonus action. So is it still a bonus action if I'm doing an elemental?
Yeah,
I do not
wild
know.
shape is wild shape.
Alright,
Yep.
then it's
Yeah,
bonus
Moon
action.
Druid, combat wild shapes, always bonus action.
Alright, and as soon as I rise up into the air after scooping up a handful of dirt, turning into this rocky creature that's now probably taller than the guy in front of me instead of slightly shorter, I'm gonna slam my fist on the ground on top of this guy.
Okay.
Make a slam attack. It's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright. Gotta dig out my d8s. And not drop them on the ground. Oh. That's disappointing. I got a 1 and a 2 on the dice. So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You slam it down on him, and you can see as you bring the fist down just right on top of his metal helmet, you can watch as it actually deforms a little bit, and you can see little bits of blood starting to run down on the exposed parts of his face.
That's my turn.
Okay, so that will bring us to Sarah, who is currently paralyzed. Let me double check what was done to you and see if you can attempt to save out of it each turn or not.
And I wiggle.
Let's see. Okay, so actually you do get a, you can try to save out of it at the end of your turn. So
Sweet.
as your turn ends, go ahead and make another wisdom save.
Okay. Ooh, Derby 20.
Okay. So as your turn ends, you start to feel, you're sitting there and you're trying to wiggle or do something, and all of a sudden you can start to sort of feel the arthritis loosening up in your hands. And you are still prone on the ground in front of Rose, but you are no longer paralyzed.
Ow!
And that actually brings us to Rose.
Alright, so Rose pulls a bolt out of her shoulder and pulls the blade out of her back. And uh, Sarah, are you are you awake? Or it looks like you're moving.
Yes.
Want me to get
Moving.
you? Want me to get you out of here?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just get out of here.
I will try to scoop Sarah up and just, I guess, back towards the cart, just kind of somewhere like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
just to regather ourselves.
No worries. As you go, is he able to pick her up? You're a little slower as you are carrying somebody, but yeah, you managed to get back towards the back towards back towards the cart a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see. So, and that brings us back to the armored individual in the front, who's now got a giant bloody rock monster in front of it. So he is going to make 2 attacks against Rock Furia.
Oh dear.
Okay, first one's definitely going to miss. That's a nat 1. Second one is a 14 to hit.
That also misses. Or rather, it probably just clanks
Oh, okay.
on the body somewhere.
That's you, and then he's going to. Yeah, well, I'm being invaded by a small person. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. As he is going to run, I'm going to have to pause here for just a second. As unfortunately, I've got a tiny visitor who broke out of his bedroom. So first, we're going to take our break a little early this evening, as I have to go put somebody back in bed. So sorry, folks. Be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
They've escaped.
Sorry. Sorry, my small goblin decided to invade, so... We are back, though, as our individual has just tried to smack down an elemental and failed, and is just going to take off running away from Euphoria and is running towards Rose and Sarah. Oh. So you will get to make an attack of opportunity should you choose to.
Yeah, I'll aim for his knees to do like non-lethal damage to take him out. But I'll, and just in case I kill him, I don't know, but I'll take a swipe at him. Another 23, I believe.
Okay, that'll hit.
That's more like it. 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. As he is running away, you do make contact, and you actually send him tumbling forward. So he is within 5 feet of you, Rose, but he is also prone at this point. As he just took off running, and this elemental just... And he was not expecting it. That's going to end his go and bring us to Lydia.
As Lydia was trying to reach Rose and Sarah last turn, where would I be now? Would I be like halfway between there?
So at this point, as you were charging up, and now Rose is bringing Sarah back over to the carriage. Mm-hmm. You're probably about 15 feet away from where Sarah and Rose are.
Okay. Alright, so...
Sorry, now we're getting into triangles.
Yep. Alright, so... I will go over and cast Cure Wounds on Sarah, because she's still looking rough, right?
Yeah, she's still looking a little rough. Not as bad as she was, but...
So I'll stop mid-run, I'll put on my brakes, and I'll put up a big dust trail like they do in the cartoons, and then I'll whip back around and run towards them the other way. And I will, cast Cure Wounds. So that is a D8. That is no, that's a D10. Okay, so 5 plus 3 plus 6. 5 plus 15 plus 5. 19 points of healing.
Oh, you're such a good girl. Grammy loves you the most.
I know, Granny. That's why I'm here. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so that ends yours. Okay. So. Okay. Seeing that they're no longer paralyzed, our spellcaster here is going to look over at group of you and is going to start to cast another spell. This time targeting Rose. And Murdoch. You recognize the spell this person is casting. Rose, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh, it's 16. On the die.
He fails. His DC is 17.
Oh.
We're like fighting us.
Yeah. As you're running towards the, and again, you're just breathing out. As you look down, you see the unconscious body of the guy who just tried to take Sarah. You're not carrying Sarah. You picked up some random corpse.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Murdoch and this guy are just confusing everybody.
Yeah.
And that is going to bring us to our gunslinger, who is still off to the side. And he's actually going to step around and focus on Artemis, who is standing behind the carriage. And he is going to take 2 shots at you. Actually, those are probably both going to get a 21 and a 23.
Yeah.
So we have. Okay, so first one is.
I don't have any more hair to lose.
Oh no.
That is 11 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poison damage. Second one is. It's much worse. That is 5 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage.
Oh, 30.
Zard up.
I'm down.
Okay.
Okay.
So is Murdoch, as you're sort of pushing yourself
Wait,
back under there,
Wait
you
a
hear
second. I had partial cover.
from the ones up front. This is the guy who's
Ah.
off to the side. He just stepped around to fire at you. He's the one who was near the back looking at you guys.
Well, he can kick rocks. I'm
So-
face down in those rocks.
Furia finds that offensive at the moment.
Oh, he can kick.
Murdoch, as you're sort of
Yes.
pushing your way deeper under the carriage, you watch as you can see Artemis just collapse at the end of the carriage. And then you watch as these 2 feet come walking over and just puts one right on the small of the back and ends their turn. And that actually brings us to Murdoch.
Why is it always me in this position? I'm not a healer.
Execute them! Oh,
You're the monster
Don't
in
tell me
the
I'm
bed.
not
Go
right.
grab their ankle.
Okay, well, okay. The thing that I am going to do is I will cast.
fire.
I'm gonna cast a psychic lance at the gunslinger, who is now stepping on Artemis's back.
Okay.
Which is an intelligence save. I will give him the debuff since I have one more bardic inspiration to expend. So he has a -4 on his intelligence save.
What's your saving throw?
17.
He fails.
Okay.
19 on the die.
Okay. He is going to take 30 psychic damage.
Okay.
As I'm just squeezing his brain. He is also going to be incapacitated. So he's not going to be able to take any actions next turn. Yeah, or ever, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to any of you, really, as all of a sudden, just behind the carriage, is like, pop, and he lands on top of Art, but yeah, you literally popped this person's head.
Well, I like that one, so don't fucking shoot her. Them. I misgender them in my anger. No, sorry. I'm gonna crawl over to Art, I don't have anything else that I can do, but I am going to be like, okay, hey, no, stay with me, and I'm getting into my potion bag.
Okay. That brings us over to this individual, and actually, is... So Phantasmal Force is a saving throw, right? Did you cast that before or after? I mean, not a saving throw, concentration spell, right?
It is a concentration spell, yes.
Did you cast it before you got shot last turn? I can't remember.
Oh, I may have. Let's
make
make a concentration
a
check.
concentration check. I know it wasn't much damage. We'll say a DC 10 because I can't remember.
Okay, it was a 10 on the die, so 12.
Okay, yes, you're fine.
But actually, that does remind me. I believe I do not have to use an action to damage someone with it. Let me double check that. Each round on my turn, it can deal. So, if so, I will also on my turn have Phantasmal Sarah reach into her little bag and pull out a very, very, very stale muffin and throw it at him so hard that it cracks against his skull, and deals 1 psychic damage to him that he thinks is bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And he is charging. He's actually going to reach that. Get up to. Yeah, because your range was 60 feet, so he used his whole movement. So he's actually going to be able to get right up to the to that. And let's see here.
So since it's not really there, he can try to interact with it, but his brain will make him logic out why whatever he tries to do doesn't work. He would have to specifically use his action to make sure it's real.
Yeah, he's not going to think to do that at this point. So he is literally, as he charges up to it, he is just going to literally dive and try to tackle her. And obviously just sort of turns around, like trying to figure out how he missed.
I mean, she's just really acrobatic for an old lady. I guess you should do better.
And that's going to bring us to our barbarian, who is currently weaponless, but is still somewhat near. Well, now that Rose has come back towards the carriage, it's sort of near Rose. And yeah, this barbarian is going to come up as much as they can. You can see there's blood pouring down this person, and they're literally just going to try to grab the. Well, unbeknownst to you, they're going to try to pull Sarah out of your arms.
Okay.
So the question is, how do you respond to them trying to take the corpse of this fighter?
I mean, I guess, Rose thinks right now that she picked up a corpse, so I guess she's not really gonna be that inclined to. Oh. She'll basically try to just, defend herself, but not, thinking she's holding a corpse, that won't be the priority.
So she just comes running up, and basically the most attention that they give to you is just, you can feel her arm sort of bump into you a little as she just tries to grab the corpse and just tries to pull it out of your arms.
Okay.
And then as you let go, you can use the other half of her movement and take off running away with the corpse. Would you take a swipe at her as she's running away with it?
Yeah, I would take a swipe at her regardless, but...
Oh, okay. So it's just a straight attack at this point, as she is not attacked recklessly this time.
18.
18 will hit.
Okay. 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, as you carve another deep gash into the back of this barbarian. She is still on her feet, but she is looking wrecked.
Okay.
And she manages to get back down as you come up, and actually, Lydia, that's a good point. You're right there too if you want to try to take a reaction. And she's basically she came up to you and she's now booking it towards the spellcaster.
Okay, this is a dumb question. I rolled the die, but do I add my strength modifier for a weapon, or do I add my wisdom modifier?
Well, what are you attacking with?
Probably my strength weapon, because I don't have that.
Then you would add your strength modifier.
Alright, it's only 15.
Okay, a 15 will hit, though.
Okay. Make sure it doesn't do anything else, because I know that. I have this visual. So 6 points of regular damage, and 3 points of necrotic.
And this is your scythe you're using, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, plus my strength, so that'd be 8 slashing, magical slashing, and 3 necrotic. Sorry about that.
So, as you watch as you wind up and swing the side down, and it just splits this woman in half.
Still don't like doing this for some reason. Alright. I guess I got another soul stored in there.
And
Great.
as you watch, and those of you near who can see Lydia, you watch as the scythe comes down and carves through the barbarian, who stumbles forward, and you watch as Sarah rolls a couple of feet on the ground. Rose, you watch the corpse just go...
And I guess the corpse did scream when I let it go. Did that, like, break
you
the
must have
illusion for
imagined
me at all?
that. It's
Okay.
it's dead. It's a body.
It's like,
Again, you've got that same problem that guy who originally had her does. Is no matter what irrational crap happens, your mind says it's a corpse. It's just
Okay.
I hallucinated it. I must have imagined it. I'm childhood trauma. Whatever your mind thinks was the reason you heard a corpse scream. But those of you who can see Lydia carve into the barbarian, you watch as it almost seems like something is pulled from the barbarian as it's collapsing to the ground. As you watch travel along the blade of the scythe and down into the handle, this sort of sickening pulse of energy. So that ends the barbarians go. It brings us to...
You're a good cleric, right?
Like, sure. I heal people.
Okay.
And that brings us to Artemis. I need a death saving throw.
The 6?
That is one failure. That brings us at the end of Rose's turn, at the end of Art's turn, to our two people who are, luckily at the moment, not able to see Artemis. So they are looking out at. Let's see who is still. Yeah, one of them is going to take a couple of shots at the rock elemental. Because they've got
It is a pretty big target.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big target, but yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. It's outside of Trey. As much as I want to keep that net 20. Okay, that is a. Where's the modifier? Okay, that's a 21 and a 23. I'm assuming those will both hit.
Those will both hit.
Okay. So, first shot is 8 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison. Second is 5 points of piercing and 6 points of poison.
Alright, are these magical?
Let me take a look here. So the piercing damage is not. The poison has been coated, so I would say the poison probably does full damage. But the piercing damage would be halved.
Alright, I'm immune to poison,
Oh.
both the condition and the damage type.
Okay, so
And
yes, you
I'm
take half-
resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yep,
so
yeah,
that would
you
be-
take half damage from the piercing then.
8 points of damage? Doing math. It's 13? 8?
No, because you wouldn't take the poison, so it was. But you know what?
But between the two, I think it was 13
No,
regular
it's
piercing.
Give me a sec. I'm just gonna re-roll it. We'll make life
Yeah.
easy.
Works for me.
So that's 8 and 6 is 10. Halved is 5.
Alright.
So.
8 and 6 is not 10, though.
That was 8 and 6, 10.
So
8 and 6 is 14?
no,
Yeah, 14.
It's 10. I don't know where I got the. It's literally, it's 6 and 4
Okay.
is what I rolled for the damage on the damage total. I don't know where the 8 and the 8 came from.
Guys, math is our real enemy here.
Common sense.
All along.
And it fell us all.
Okay, then the next one is it's he's gonna focus at you, Lydia, because he's
Okay.
seeing the other one is sort of picking on that one. Rose
Gotcha.
is currently just let go of the target, so they're really not sure what's going on with that, so they're going to focus on you at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 24 to hit and a nat 20.
Oof.
So you're both going to end up hitting you. We'll do the first one. We've
Might
got
not move.
8 points of piercing
Okay.
and 5 points of poison. So a total of 13
Oh.
for the first one.
Oof. What do you...
And then it's 12 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison.
I'm so up! Guys!
And that will bring us over to Furia then.
Alright. How far away is the actual blockade that they set up from where I am?
From where you are in front of the of the horses, probably maybe 15 feet.
Alright, I would like to go over, I have 30 feet of movement, and start removing whatever is blocking our carriage from going through, like the cross beam. I have 20 plus 5 to my strength. I'm pretty beefy, so if I could just like lift it up or rip it off, or
it's
make an attack
basically
against it.
If you've ever gone through like a security checkpoint or at a parking garage where they have the bar that's down and there's a guy over here that hits something and the bar comes up, it's basically what you're dealing with. So you've got two choices. You can go right at the bar that's in front of you and try to physically like just yank it out of the way, or you can go over and just raise it, but there is a guy with a short bow that's been taking pot shots at you.
Right, I'm not too worried at the moment about the short bow. I'd like to try to break the arm in some way. Either bend it like this way, or bend it, just snap it off.
So go ahead and make a strength check.
$17.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a.
He's getting the book!
Didn't quite anticipate somebody attacking the attacking the blockade.
I do have siege. Oh, I just. This is handy. Siege monster. The elemental deals double damage to objects and structures.
Ooh,
Yeah, so go ahead and we'll say roll.
that's perfect.
We'll say roll 2d6 for this, and then add your strength modifier.
That is 10 points.
Okay. There it is. I'm just gonna check what our- Okay. Okay. So it is still there, but you have put a very decent sized crack into it. You're pretty sure if you're able to make one more good connection with it, that you'll be able to separate this. Is basically what you're dealing with is a tree trunk. They just chopped down a tree and set it up in this manner. So you put a good split basically right down at the hinge of it. One more decent thing, and you think you'll be able to get that side of it down.
Alright, if I still have movement left, I kind of like to move in front of the guy with the crossbow just so that it doesn't take a shot at anybody else in my party.
Oh yeah, easy enough to do.
But that's my turn.
Okay. And that will bring us to Sarah. You are currently prone on the ground
Mm-hmm.
next to a bifurcated barbarian.
Okay. Okay. Besides the corpse of the barbarian, like, who else of the enemies can I see from where I am?
So
I think
there
there's
is
two
the,
or three.
heavily armored individual
Mhm.
who is probably about 5 or no, probably about 10 feet away from Rose. They're looking pretty rough at the moment. You can see the individual who is carrying you is currently is like a Greco-Roman wrestling pose, like circling around nothing. There is the tiefling.
Wait, the person carrying me?
So the guy who picked you up and
Who was?
ran away with you.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I'm on the ground, but I'm picked up.
Yeah, no, sorry. The guy who was carrying you
Okay.
is basically facing off against an imaginary opponent.
Okay.
And then there is the spellcaster who turned you invisible. Is about, from where you are right now, probably about 15, 20 feet away from
Okay, so heavy guy is closest, right?
you. Heavy guy's probably closest to you.
Okay, I would like to shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay, are you standing up first?
Yeah, I should probably
the
stand
answer
up.
is yes, so you'll have
Yeah.
to stand.
You
Yeah.
are standing up first.
So, okay, you stand up and go ahead and take your pot shot.
Okay.
Nothing
Roll.
stopping you from shooting him and then laying back down and being like, I am a corpse!
Yeah, Rose like, what is this?
Does a
corpse,
9 hit?
Rose, it looks like that corpse is actually undead.
Oh, jeez.
But it's attacking the bad guys!
9?
That's true.
Now, as you fire it off, you just hear, ching, as it just glances off the armor.
Oh, for the love of... Rose! Can ya kill?
What are you?
Rose, this decaying corpse is now looking at you in the jaw. And it starts gesturing at the guy in the armor.
Stay away from me.
Rose, who was saving you, is now. Stay away! Don't talk to me! Don't even look at me!
Ew, stinky.
I'm gonna look at Lydia like, what? Why? Why?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'd like to go over. I'd like to make my way over to Rose.
Okay. So it basically takes the rest of your movement to start going towards Rose. And Rose, this thing is just
Okay.
coming towards you.
The whole way, I'm just like, Rose, like just berating her, like, you dropped me. You now are telling me to stay away from
Get back.
you.
And Rose, that brings us to you. The
Young
corpse is-
lady.
So
it seems to be focused on you. It is just groaning.
And I did see that it was in fact shooting at this group that
Yeah,
ambushed
you
us.
saw
so...
as it came up, it just picked something up and threw, and you saw a rock glint off the armor.
Okay.
You don't know if maybe it missed you or Lydia. It's hard to say. It was a corpse.
I mean, is it? Am I like in the general direction of the armored one that?
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
is-
He was charging to meet up
Okay.
with you. He's about 10 feet behind you from where this corpse is.
Oh, okay.
Well, now the corpse is like right up in your face, though.
I guess Rose would like look around, trying to find like where the real Sarah is. Not being able to find her. It's like, I told you, you cannot have her. Where is she? And I'll turn back and charge toward the armored one
Oh,
with my axe
Okay.
and take a swing.
As you're charging away,
Mhm.
let me just take a look here because yeah. So with that spell, this creature is going to swing at you as you're running away,
Okay.
and you believe it hits you, and you take 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
That you believe is a bludgeoning as you get punched in the back by this corpse.
All right. She's still gonna swing at the armored one.
Okay.
15 to hit.
As you swing down, Zinema just manages to pull their sword up and just the two blades sliding against each other.
All right. She will take her second swing and try again.
Okay.
17 to hit.
Nope, 17 manages to block it again.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
That brings us to that individual, who is... It's got you right there, it's got Lydia right there. He just attacked at it, but he knows what Lydia's been doing too. Let's decide to get 2 attacks. First attack is going at Rose, second attack is going at Lydia. You're each getting 1.
Okay.
Okay, Rose, the first attack on you is a nat 20.
Oof.
Oh.
Yep.
So that is... Really? 1 on the second die? That is 7 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Lydia. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Might be going down, guys.
Okay, and that is 11 points of slashing damage to you.
Okay. Still out barely.
Okay. And that brings us to you, Lydia.
Okay. I am heavily heavily, grievously wounded. And I see Art down. Is there any way I can manage to get... I'm not too worried about Fury. I know she's got her own thing going on. But is there any way I can get the rest of us in a 30-foot radius so I can heal?
So,
Or are
what
we
is the
too spread
specifics
out?
of your spell set?
From
30-foot
a point
radius?
Of my from a
Nice.
point of my choice within range. The range is 60 feet, so I can choose up to 6 creatures, within a 30-foot radius sphere, centered on that point.
That you can see? That's
Yes.
the important part.
No, wait.
If it says
Not
that you
that I
can
can
see,
see.
it's going to dictate whether...
Nope. It doesn't say I have to see them. It just says choose up to 6 creatures, centered on
Then-
that point.
Yeah, within a 30-foot range, you would be able to get...
30-foot radius sphere.
Yeah,
So
3-foot
yes, that's
radius,
60
so
foot.
60
Yeah, 60 foot.
Yeah, so I mean,
60
realistically,
foot
you
diameter.
could hit,
everyone.
you could hit everyone, really.
Okay, I would like to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Oh,
Give
okay.
us all some health back because I'm looking really rough and I know everyone else is looking really rough, so.
she is a cleric with the big heels. She's
Oh my
doing
god!
it.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Ah,
Let the waters of life rain down
21.
upon my part.
21 healing points.
ooh.
For
Pretty
the
good.
21 for the party.
Is that total?
I'm
or
all
is
the
that
way
each?
back up to max.
That's each?
You have so little HP. Each
Yeah,
creature
right.
gains.
Yeah.
I'm 53.
That's a 5th level spell.
Yep, I rolled a 6, a 5, a 5, and plus 5.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
So, Artemis,
Awesome.
your eyes flutter open, Artemis, as you realize that things happen, and you feel a weight pressed down upon you as you realize there is a body on top of you.
And Murdoch talking to you, being like, "Come on, come on."
This is not going well.
Lydia, anything else you're doing?
No, I'm just gonna kind of stay by Sarah.
Okay. Here, okay, you don't really have much else you can do at this point. Okay. My brain is blanking. It's 10th level, you get 5th level slots, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Depends on your
9.
class. I got 5th
Ninth,
level at
sorry.
9.
Okay,
Yeah.
no.
sorry.
that's
You
fine.
get
Not-
you get the
not-
next spell levels at odd levels.
Okay.
Yeah, you got two level 5th at 10th.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh, oops. That's only 2. Okay. Well, this individual is not going to drop concentration on that. So he's going to see that, though. So he's going to focus back on your spellcaster, who is just healing everybody up, and is going to cast a spell at Lydia.
Okay.
Sorry. Holds up, and you hear him muttering, and is going to fire off 2 beams at you, Lydia.
Okay.
This is... wrong button. What's his modifier? Okay, so first one is a 21 to hit.
Yeah,
Second one's a 16.
that will not hit.
Okay. And you watch as this beam of dark, grayish energy slams into you. You take 9 points of force damage
Okay.
and are pushed 10 feet back So you are now basically
Okay.
10 feet away from Sarah, and you're now basically on the other side of the armored individual.
Okay.
Okay. Our gunslinger is no more. That brings us to Murdoch.
I would like to get the body off of Artemis.
Easy.
Because I was doing that anyway, and I had a potion.
Easy enough.
Oh, you're awake. Okay.
Only slightly.
Switch with me. I'm gonna crawl out from underneath the cart, and I will then stand up. To give myself a little cover, I'm going to open up the cart's door.
Okay.
And swing that out just so that I'm behind that. And kind of stand over Art, trying to urge Art to go underneath. How far away is the enemy spellcaster?
From where you're standing now, probably about 40 feet.
Okay. And how far is the enemy spellcaster from... I believe the knight is still up?
Yep. Probably about 30 feet. In between the two of them are Rose, Lydia, and Sarah.
Okay. Then I won't do that. I will keep concentrating on the phantasmal force. So, Phantasmal Sarah's gonna reach into her bag of goodies. She's gonna take a hot pepper. She's gonna squeeze the juice on her knuckles. She's gonna punch him in the face.
Okay.
Make it burn. And deal 5 psychic damage to him. And she's like, "Come on! You can't catch an old lady!"
Okay.
I'm hot like a chili pepper. But then I'm going to, I don't have any more 4th levels, so I'm going to target the enemy spellcaster with a 5th level psychic lance.
Okay.
Intelligence save. Hoping that you're a charisma caster. Since you like to play with my spells.
Sure. Oh wait, that's right. I pulled it up because I didn't know the damage on that one, so I need to go back here. Okay. That is not going to cut it.
Okay.
It's a 13.
Wow, I actually rolled lower than the 4th level one. 27 psychic damage.
Okay.
Is he still...
He is still up.
So he becomes incapacitated, and because he's incapacitated, his concentration is automatically broken.
Yep.
So Rose is fine. Or Rose is
Also
about to be
realize
fine.
that Sarah is the one who just punched you in the back. It's not a corpse, it's Sarah.
What the hell's going on here?
They're playing with your mind, Rose. I've got it.
Is that the real Sarah behind me?
It's the real one.
All right.
And yeah, so that spellcaster can't take any actions next turn.
Oh, okay. Okay, that individual is deceased. Okay, the fighter over there is getting taunted by Sarah, and is now actually trying to figure something out. So that they are going to try to check and figure out why they cannot hit this person.
All right, I believe he makes an investigation check. That means double check.
Basically, for him, it's just an intelligence roll because
Yes. He has to beat my...
No, that's an 11.
Okay.
She is just a greased up, crazy old woman.
She's a
Crazy!
she's a greased up, crazy old white woman. She's goaded with the sauce. She's busting it down, sexual style.
I'm busting! Busting!
I want you to know also, because this is what Murdoch thinks of you in her mind. A little badass granny.
Yeah, say a swear word!
Swear word!
People with food that they may be allergic to.
You're a duty head!
And that brings us over to Artemis. Murdoch has just stood up, sort of protectively over you, opened up the door, and told you to crawl under the carriage.
Or you can get in, I guess. Either way. Or you can do whatever you want, because it's your turn. You don't have to listen to me.
Okay, I guess, like, I'll take the half of my movement to get up off of the ground. When I get up off the ground, am I able to, like, be next to you, like, Murdoch? Like...
Yeah, I was basically standing over you.
Crawl. Oh, jeez. Are we killing these people? What is happening?
Well, you were laying in a pool of a dude with an exploded head.
And as you stand up and look, there is a bifurcated barbarian on the ground. It
Yeah,
looks
okay,
like
we're
you guys
killing these
are
people.
planning to kill everyone.
Which
I started
way
it.
is that log? Like, which way is the person that's taking pot shots at us?
So they're up by the front of the carriage by the horses and by Fury.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Furia's got their attention, because Furia's trying to break the wall.
Yeah,
Basically, you guys
if
have
they're the guy with the
gates.
crossbow, I tried to stand in front of them, but...
So there's one on each side. There's one that is directly in front of where your carriage is. Furia's over there. There is the other one, which is, again, it's more meant to block people coming up this way. But there's another guy who would be working that side who, given the battle is broken out, he's been taking pot shots over at Lydia. And
Can I see the other one? That guy that you just mentioned?
Yeah, you'd have to step a couple feet out to take a look and then step back in. But, yeah.
I'm going to... Oh boy, here we go. Step out, and if I can get a visual on that guy who's taking pot shots at Lydia, etc., I am going to... Oh boy, here we are, one more time! And cast a fireball at him.
Okay. So that is just a dexterity save. I'm looking at the wrong person. Okay. Okay, that is a 26.
Jesus. I mean, okay.
He's a wiry little thing.
He's crazy.
Now, would I have been able to center that fireball in such a way that it gets him and sets the wood on fire, or no?
Yeah, I'll say sure.
Okay. Cool. Burn it all.
Hell
let's
yeah.
see.
We just wanted to go home! And take a break!
Let's roll a bunch of dice. Half of 31.
Okay. So as you watch, all of you hear as this massive explosion hits, you can see the entire makeshift gate on the other side of the road is now starting to catch fire. And you also notice that this individual has somehow managed to tuck and roll themselves out of the way and appears to have taken no damage.
No damage?
Evasion.
Another party member here?
It is. You have seen Sarah pull this feat off occasionally, where somehow she manages to dodge world-ending apocalypses. And this person just rolls and is looking around and does not
I'm
seem to
gonna-
notice you.
I'll duck back behind the carriage if
They're
I have
look-
any.
They're looking. They don't see you at the moment.
Cool. And that ends my turn.
Okay, and that brings us to them. And one of them is right in front of Furia. So it drops the short bow and pulls out its short sword and is going to make 2 attacks with its short sword against Furia. Okay, one of them is going to miss completely. The other is a nat 20. So
That will hit.
double damage, which means single damage, because resistance, so...
Pretty much.
And I roll a 1.
Oh.
5 points of piercing damage. Actually,
Just
let's see.
enough to
hold
get
on,
my
let me roll
notice.
The other one, see
Yeah.
if it's... Because at best, you'd take the 5, so... It's a 2. So that actually would make it 6 points of damage. Cut in half, so you only take 3 points.
All right.
The other one, not seeing Art, and knowing that Lydia was casting magics and hitting people, is assuming that Lydia's the one doing it, so is going to take 2 shots at Lydia again.
I die. I might die. I might die.
That's a 15. I don't think that's going to hit you.
No.
What happened to all the healing? How would you die?
That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, I got hit by these guys a few times already.
So that is 10 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 5 points of poison damage.
Ah, that just drops me. Alright. I'm at 0.
So as you watch as 2 arrows come over, one sticks into the cart, and one manages to connect Rose and Sarah. You would notice Lydia collapse. Furia, Murdoch, and Art, you probably wouldn't be. Furia, where you're focused up front, and Rose and Art on the other side.
And I have absolutely terrible senses.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably use my own senses, but yeah, I'm not paying attention.
So that ends those 2 and brings us to you, Furia. So you
All
can
right.
see the gate you've been working on is getting mangled. There's a guy who's basically moved up the rest of the way to you and is just starting to hack at you as you're trying to tear at the gate. The other gate is starting to burn and is on fire.
I'm going to finish off, or attempt to finish off the gate that I was working on, ignoring the guy completely.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah, that. Go ahead and roll your 2d10 because you got your siege siege creature thing.
That is 9 points.
Okay. As most of you hear a sudden snap as you manage to basically just tear this thing out of the hinge.
All right. Once I do complete that task, I'm gonna turn towards the dude that's been beating on me and just look as menacing as possible. I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make a free intimidation check.
All right. 19 on the die, so that's pretty good.
He soils himself.
Oh dear.
He rolled a 2, so
Oh no.
He's been trying to hack at you, you've been ignoring him, and he just watched you literally just snap his gate. Yeah. He just number one. Okay. So that will bring us over to Sarah.
Which one just shot Lydia?
The one you can see.
That one I'm killing.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack then.
I'm going to have an aneurysm. 11?
As you fire it off, and it's as you fire your crossbow bolt, it just sort of, you watch as it gets caught in the flames, and the hot air just blows it slightly off course.
Remember that if you use your bonus action to hide or take aim, you can give yourself advantage on your shots.
Thank you, pigeons! Okay,
I had to wait until after.
Oh!
How far is he from me?
From where you are, probably about 35, 40 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way. Actually, is there any coverage between me and him?
Nope.
No. Okay.
He had been sort of ducked behind a open and closing gate, but given that it is now on fire, he's moved a little more out into the open.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Rose and be like, "Take care of Lydia," and start hoofing it towards the dude.
I'll try.
Oh, okay. So you start heading over that way. Okay, that will bring us over to the knight, who is currently a little. Let's see. He's going to do it. So he is going to circle around you, Rose.
Okay.
And starts moving towards Lydia.
Ooh.
And you watch as he picks up the sword as he starts walking away to swing down. You do get an attack of opportunity should you choose to take it.
Yeah, I'll take that opportunity.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, yes, a nat 20, so a 29 to hit.
Okay, that will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Uh, 9, and what do I add anything for the critting? What is it?
No, so you just double the dice. So if it says roll 1d6, you roll 2d6.
Well, as a barbarian, he adds on and then another die because he has brutal critical.
Brutal critical.
Well, she has brutal
level, yeah.
brutal
All
criticals at
barbarians are
9th
brutal
level.
critical.
So 3
Totem doesn't
rolls.
have it. Double check
Not
your
all
character sheet, Maddie. I don't think Bear Totem has brutal critical.
Um,
I'm not 100% though.
Could be true. I don't know, but I think it's all barbarians.
Let's see.
Because they get their path features at 10th level.
Okay, no, you are correct. Yeah, it is all of them. So you roll 3 dice.
okay.
Kill him. Yeah, barbarians love their crits.
Ooh. Alright, and do I add my strength mod to
Your
each
strength,
roll?
No,
well, just once.
Just once.
at the
Okay,
end.
okay. So that was 12 plus 5, 17 points of slashing
As you
damage.
carve into him, he is still on his feet.
Oh.
And you watch as
Okay.
he comes walking over and just pulls his sword up and drives down towards Lydia.
I did everything I could.
Is that 2 failures?
Only if he hits. He still has to roll. He
Okay.
has advantage. But if he
Okay.
hits, it's an auto crit and it's 2 failures.
Oh, I think I'm gonna roll something else. Let me see. What should I roll for my next character?
I don't know the rule on this.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not what you want to hear.
He crit.
Oh.
Crit doesn't do anything to death saves, but if it takes her to negative her max HP, she'll die outright.
What's your max HP?
70.
Oh yeah, no way. So that's just 2 failed saves.
Okay.
As he walks over, and again he gets slammed in the back by Rose, and actually falls to one knee, and just the sword goes, and it's literally through your shoulder. It's into the ground with him just sort of leaning on it at the moment. That ends his go and brings us to Lydia. You need you to make a death saving throw.
Okay. Do I add my con modifier or not?
No, it's just a straight D20.
I died. I rolled a 7.
Oof.
You're the cleric!
You're not supposed to die. You're the health person.
I tried!
Her body!
Oh
What happens to it?
Oh no! Did she just go
This
on?
is amazing!
Let me do it! I'm not gonna let them take her!
Oh my god, that made my night.
Sarah. As Sarah takes off running, Rose, as you slam into this and you watch as this individual collapses on top of you, and you can hear her final breath. You watch as 2 individuals appear. Standing on either side of Lydia's body. And that ends Lydia's turn.
Final.
They haven't taken her yet?
Not as of yet. They're
getting into the initiative.
They are entering the initiative.
Oh jeez.
This is great.
This is going to be interesting. Okay, that brings us to our spellcaster who cannot do anything because they are incapacitated. That brings us to Murdoch. Murdoch, go ahead and make a free perception check for me. And actually, Artemis and Fury, I'll let you guys make one as well.
17.
Okay. Oh, Art, couldn't hear you.
26.
Okay.
19 for me.
I've got into shock.
You all heard Lydia cry. You know something very bad has happened.
Can I see?
You're on the other side from her. You'd have to come around.
I mean, I'll move. Yeah, I'll move.
Yeah, as you
I'm standing.
come around, you can see 2 individuals dressed in red suits. You can still see bits of like smoke and vapor sort of dissipating around them as they, rubbing their hands and have started to bend down towards Lydia.
Oh, hell no. I'm going to... Phantasmal Sarah's gonna get one more little jab in. She's gonna reach into her seemingly endless bag of things and she's gonna take out a big old rolling pin. She's gonna bonk this guy on the head for 1d6, 3 psychic damage, but she's going to disappear because I'm going to break my concentration. I'm going to use my second 5th level slot to create a wall of force around Lydia's body.
Okay.
I'm going to just, because it says that I can make it a sphere up to 10 feet in diameter, but I'm going to just make it around her. I don't have to go to the full size. I'm going to make it go underneath her. I'm going to bubble her body. Nothing can pass through the wall, including ethereal travel.
Okay.
By the way, someone redeemed their proficiency bonus points for Sarah.
Oh. Thank you. Sarah, when you want to, you can add your proficiency bonus an additional time to one of your rolls.
Oh, that's going to be amazing once it's my turn.
So, yeah.
Thank you, kind viewer.
If they were too close and the wall cut through the space of these creatures, I can choose to shunt them to the other side of it as well.
Oh, okay.
So, actually, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna... If they're here, then healing magic isn't gonna help her right now, so I'm just gonna bubble her.
Okay.
She's not going to the circus yet.
So as you do that, it's actually... They rolled an 8 on their initiative.
So they were after me.
Which is the reason you got there before they did. So, as that happens, they turn and look towards you. And just one of them cocks their head, and the other its partner, and then back over at you. And this one signed the contract.
I'm her lawyer. That's all I
very
say.
good one if she signed the contract with us.
We're debating it!
And that's... Basically, they both take up stance on either side, basically head and feet of her, just outside the bubble. Just standing there, arms crossed. And that brings us over to the fighter, who, after getting hit in the head by the real Sarah, watches her vanish and just sort of takes a head, looks around, and realizes something's up. At this point, he can see the other two individuals who he doesn't recognize. He can see Murdoch. He can see Sarah charging. Oh, he can see Sarah. So he pulls out his longbow and is going to take a shot at Sarah, as she seems to be charging headfirst at one of his allies. I don't think that's going to do it. 13, Sarah?
Nope.
Okay, as it just sails a little wide. And C still seems to be a little out of sorts here. And then he's going to use his movement to start charging towards you. It's going to take him a minute or so to get to you.
Okay.
And that brings us to Artemis.
How far away is Lydia?
She is basically on the other side of that carriage from you.
I'm running around to the other carriage and just falling to my knees once again and casting Gentle Repose. I don't care that there's these other people here and our lawyer.
As you charge towards her, you go into a wall. You can't get into her. Murdoch has sealed Lydia off from the world.
You need to touch her for Gentle Repose, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
She wouldn't have been there to touch if I didn't. Yeah, but yeah, you can't touch her.
I feel like Art would probably just start to fucking break down.
Yeah.
We need to deal with the people trying to kill us before we can deal with these guys.
Yeah, but... Oh boy.
If I turn
I could-
and see what is Sarah doing.
Sarah is charging towards the, actually the, whatchamacallit, the barricade that you lit on fire.
Is that dude who rolled away Still up and about?
Yep, he's just basically off to the side. That's who Sarah seems to be charging towards.
Well, if I hit the thing, then I didn't cast a spell.
Yeah, it's literally, and again, just fire. You right into it, and it's just sort of like, something's there, so you didn't even try to cast it. 'Cause you couldn't
Yeah,
get to it.
I'm doing another fireball at that dude.
Oh, okay. Let's make another save.
I don't know what to do with Lydia after this.
Okay, so he is going to fail this one.
Oh, good.
So
We'll figure something out. We got
he's
stuff.
still gonna.
Can you bring people back?
Yes, but they might not be in the same body.
They wouldn't be in the same body.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That's 37.
Okay, so 37.
Why
he
does this
takes
keep happening in campaigns I'm in?
half damage to that because of evasion. So that guy is looking pretty messed up at the moment.
So, Sarah, you're running towards this, like, dude, and then just, like, this big, huge explosion of white-blue fire just happens around you. You feel a little warm, but you're good. And if the barrier was nearby enough, then there's more.
At this point, like, the good portion of it with the additional rage that Art is pouring into this, given how you're describing the flames, it is now completely ablaze.
Good.
Am I allowed to say I stop?
No, you're in the fire.
Okay.
You're cooked. It's, if you want to hold that, you are more than welcome to once it gets back to you.
Okay.
At the moment, it is 2 of their turns. And one of them is still... Actually, he just soiled himself in front of Stone Furia. And he turns and just runs. He disengages and runs away. He is fleeing along the right-hand side, but basically heading north, away from the direction you guys were going. The other guy is not too happy with getting exploded. Even though he only took half damage from it, he still didn't like it. And he is going to take 2 shots at Artemis. Actually, he saw you come around, but he's also got this little crazy person charging right at him that he knows is their target. He's going to shoot at Sarah. If he can get her down and take her away, he may still get the money. Okay, 2 shots at Sarah, and we have a dirty 20 and a 21.
I hate you and both hit.
Love you too. Okay, that's... Okay, so that is 8 points of piercing damage and 3 poison for a total of 11.
I'm resistant against poison.
Okay, so that is 1 point of poison, so 10.
Okay.
And then 9 points of piercing. Ooh, and 6 points of poison, cut in half to 3.
Okay.
And then he is going to, as you're charging towards him, he's going to sort of sling his short bow and actually come up to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And pull out his short sword. Basically hoping that the crazy fire wizard will stop trying to blow him up if friends are around.
Okay.
And that brings us over to Furia.
Alright, I'm just gonna shrug and watch the guy run away, as it seems like we have more important problems to worry about at the moment. Plus, I probably wouldn't be able to catch up to them. So I'm gonna start moving back towards the carriage. Who would be the closest person in that area on that side? Because I don't know what's really going on with Lydia at the moment.
So from where you are, there is no one on that far right side anymore. Everyone is over in the middle area. Closest to you would be... actually, it's not the knight anymore because he moved over. Oh. The knight who was on top of Lydia's body would still be in the wall with her.
Oh.
No, I made it 5 feet, so just around her space. And if it went through a creature, I would have shunted them. It's just a box around her.
Okay.
I wouldn't let anyone near her.
Remember the shunting.
So as it shunts it back, there's now a gash in her jaw as he gets pushed back, pulls his sword with him. So the knight is currently the closest one to you, the guy in the full plate.
I would head straight toward him. I got 30 feet. Do I make it to him?
Yeah. Because I think you've got your attacks are 10-foot range, right?
I do get 10-foot reach.
Yeah, then you'd be able to get close enough to attack him.
Alright, I'm gonna slam him twice.
Okay.
With my multi-attack.
Am I the only one who can't hear Furia?
Am I not? I am not pushing to talk.
Oh.
It's my fault. First one is a 19 on the die, plus an 8.
Hit.
And the second one is a 21 to hit.
Both will hit.
The first attack is 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And literally as you get up to him, just crumbles.
And the second one is 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Do it again anyway, just to be sure.
We've already dead!
Rose, as you're facing this guy, you watch as the elemental just comes up behind. Boom! The head just crushed as the body starts to fall, just boom! Pulverizes it into the ground.
Yep, because I believe he was the one that got Lydia, so. And I believe that's all I could do.
Okay, so that brings us over to Sarah, who had been charging up towards this individual. It sort of stopped after this massive explosion, and the individual came right up to you.
Okay, so he's like right up against me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him with my dagger.
Okay.
$15? Oh. Plus my proficiency bonus.
Yep, if you want to use that, you can.
Yes. 15 plus 3 is 18? 18.
That'll actually hit.
Okay, awesome. 4 point, no, not 4. 7 points of piercing.
Awesome.
Oh, wait. No.
I think our proficiency bonus is +4 now, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's 5. Sorry, I clicked the wrong die to roll.
So what's the damage?
It's 5. I accidentally did crossbow instead of dagger.
5 points of damage. So as you carve into it, he is still on his feet, but he is bleeding rather profusely now.
Okay, am I able to do any sort of damage to him again?
No, you don't have multi-attack.
Dang it.
So you've got a bonus action. You could disengage and run away if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... he is gonna grab me if I run.
You have disengage, so you could get
As a
away.
rogue, you can disengage. It means he can't make an attack. He would have to chase after you first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, seeing that Lydia got hurt, I'm gonna bolt for it. As I'm running, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it again!
Okay, so as you disengage and run away, he doesn't get to do anything. So that brings us to Rose.
Alright, so who now is the closest to me, at least of the, like, combatants, not the two new individuals?
Closest to you is probably the guy who Sarah just ran away from, who's about 35 feet away from you.
Ooh, okay, yeah, so she is going to rage and then take off after that individual with her axe ready.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That's my other girl!
13 points of slashing damage.
And does that include your rage damage?
Yes, that's with the rage damage.
Okay, as you carve through, the individual falls down to one knee. They are very badly injured, but they are still technically alive.
Okay, and she will wind up once more for the second attack. Ooh, that is a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
15 points of slashing damage.
As Rose hacks down once, second time, and just carves through, the person collapses lifeless.
And yeah, that was all my movement, so she'll just end her turn there.
Okay, so that brings us. The night is just unfortunately, that brings us back to this individual who is still alive and is not too pleased with Murdoch.
Don't you dare.
Stunning them with that psychic lance.
Don't you dare.
So is going to they only have cantrips left, so they're going to cast their 2 beams at you. I don't think that one's going to hit. 14?
Is my armor class. I don't have the shield yet! Unless there's something... Unless the angle that they're shooting me from, I have cover from something.
Not where you came around to this side. You're pretty much open at this point.
Okay.
So that is 10 points of damage for the first attack. Go ahead and make your concentration check.
It's a 7.
Okay, well, luckily they don't get to go right now. As you watch as the shield surrounding Lydia collapses. The second bolt fired at you is a 13 to hit. You said your AC was 14?
Yeah.
So that one misses and just... your small hole gets punched into the side of the carriage. And that brings us back to you, Murdoch.
I'm gonna try... Because if I try to just do a spell on them, they go right after me and they'll just take her. So I'm gonna try and be a lawyer. And I'm going... because she signed a contract with me. And I always joke about it. But... this individual is under 2 contracts. 1, that you would get her body, but 2, that in event of her death, she would attempt to have resuscitation with magic for me. Mine is with her soul, yours is with her body, and so it is not in conflict of interest. We should get to try to revivify her 1 time to call the soul back, in which case she would not be dead, or we get to put the soul in a different body. And this needs to be resolved before you can resolve your deal.
two of them look at each other. Look at you, look back at each other. And you have the ability to do this right now.
I can get someone to do it before the day is done, in which case it would still be the same day that she died if it fails, so it would not be breach of contract.
Let's see here. Okay. Well,
I always
will say
joked,
there-
but I was protecting your souls.
So what would you be doing as your action? Is they have something that they will do on their turn, but technically it is still yours.
Oh, for my action, I'm going to do a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers at the guy who shot me.
Okay.
So, Wisdom save.
Yeah, no, that's not going to cut it. That is a 15 on the dot, or 15 total.
Okay. 19 psychic damage to him, and he has to run away from me if he's... Yeah, so he... And it's just... As I was saying.
So, as you're doing this and you're having this conversation, you reach out, and this person, you just, again, shatter this person's cranium. The two individuals look at you, hold a hand up, bend over, and you see one of them cast a spell on Lydia's body. And you watch. Actually, let me see if... Yeah, so technically this would qualify as an object, as he is no longer...
It's a body.
Yep. So, as they cast it and you watch, this doesn't seem anything happens.
What did you do?
Oh, just a enchantment on it. We have placed the remains in a state of suspended animation.
Thank you.
And with that, well, I should say, there is one person left who is currently running back towards Daggerford. Is anyone planning on giving chase or dealing with the guy who is fleeing?
Let him send
No.
a message.
Huh? What'd you say, Sarah?
Let him send a message.
Okay. So as this one individual is fleeing, you guys are out of combat.
Looking into Lydia.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't trying to kill them, but I got a little bit upset.
Well, they did kill some of us, so
Yeah.
we're definitely tried to kill others. It's, it was no longer a grab and run job. I come walking over, aka stomping over, in my earth form.
You're here. Is there anything you can do?
My question would be, would I have the proper components for a reincarnate on me?
What are the components?
We have enough gold for it, I just don't... It says, rare oils and unguents.
Unguent.
Unguents. I'm not even sure what an unguent is, but
just
I'm
like
assuming
a-
it's some sort of herb or something.
Yeah, I think it's like a fluid or like a...
I mean, Artemis would probably have some oils.
Unguent, a soft, greasy, or viscous substance used as ointment or for lubrication. So like
I
oils.
have ointment, I'm old!
I don't think they're looking for Bengay, Granny.
Ah, Bengay.
But I do have the reincarnate spell available.
So, I would say, sure, why not?
Alright, so I will shrink down and become less stony. And, well, I can do reincarnate, but she won't have this body any longer.
Well, sounds like a two birds with one stone if it worked.
All depends on her, I think. I mean, I've never done it before, but pretty sure I can. It'll take me an hour.
I mean, did she want that? Would she want to be in a different body?
I mean, technically, we could always kill her again if she doesn't like it.
I guess, yeah.
Does reincarnate state if the soul? Yeah, the reincarnate says if the soul is willing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
His
so
soul
she'll
isn't
get to
free or
choose.
willing to do so.
Okay.
The spell fails. Yeah.
So
she'll also
she'll.
recall everything, so it's not like we're getting a fresh Lydia.
Yeah, it's just a new body, not a new mind.
Well, in that case, I guess there's no harm. If she doesn't want to, she won't.
Oh no, I gotta decide.
There's
You don't
so
get
much
to
more.
decide.
Snow
No.
moon. Don't you dare pull a snow moon.
There's
I
so
could.
much more that you wanted to learn about you.
Here, I'll get her to come
You were
back.
just starting to.
I'll get
I'll
her to
start
come.
digging stuff out. I'll look around, like, is this what we're doing, sort of thing. But
And what are
start
these?
digging out
Are
all the
these?
stuff from the bag of holding and setting up.
Are these two just like standing still
They're just stood
during
over
all
to the
this?
side. And again, they're very. Again, picture, top hat
Hey, are you
ringmaster at
okay?
the circus.
Yeah,
The
like
ridiculously
really long
sort of
tails on
shiny
the tuxedo.
red jackets, the oversized lapels. They're just standing to the side, though, just.
So we just have two clowns here, while like all of us are like having a
We're all bloodied and
crisis.
partially bleeding, and they're just all in their suits and.
Like I'll kind of step closer to Murdoch. Like, what about these two? What are we doing with them? Just
If this doesn't work, then they take her.
I guess. I mean, there's no way to stop them. I guess if this doesn't take.
I don't have anything left.
And not taking her.
Well, she signed a contract.
And you're a lawyer. Fix it.
I
If
got
you
us
would all
this far.
be quiet.
Oh.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I am trying to fix it right now. Thank you, Murdoch.
You know what looks cool? Rune Knight.
You can multi-class if you want a new class, Lydia.
So, as all of you are dealing with this, we are going to pan for a moment. As Lydia,
Oh no.
you find yourself afloat on your back, just drifting. Just floating on the water. As you start to look and flashes coming back to you. Just little bits here and there, the battle, the fight, everything going on trying to help Sarah. And slowly you start to see a shoreline approaching. The waves very gently guiding you towards it. Eventually just lightly coasting you to lay on the sand. About 100 feet or so in front of you, a long wooden building. A flat entry, long arching wooden entryway. Sitting in front of it, an older man leaned forward, just staring out at the water. Hand on its chin, just looking. What do you do?
Sort of get up and dust myself off and free myself from the sand and walk on over and just... What are we looking at there? Anything
As
good?
he glances and as you start to approach, the eyes turn towards you. And the eyes are the same bluish gray, that color of the sky when you're at sea after a storm. And as looks out at you and reaches up and just sort of grabs your shoulder a little bit. It's a little earlier than you were expected. But it was quite a battle.
Wasn't it?
Are you prepared?
Yeah, I think I'm ready for the journey.
There is nothing left for you. As you watch as he reaches out and pulls out what looks to be a oversized, almost like a clamshell. Holds it out and you can see as he just sort of waves his hand, it starts to fill with water. And as you look into it, you can see yourself. Two brightly garbed individuals standing off to the side. And you can see your friends circled around in various states of disarray. Well, most of them. You can see Furia seems to be working at something somewhat frantically, seems to be setting something up. See? Lets it go for a moment, then he waves his hand again and the image vanishes. It would seem they are not quite ready to be without you. And they are attempting to pull you back.
I know. Figured they'd do something silly like that.
There's a little bit of a smile. And that all depends on where you think your journey will take you. Have you learned all you needed to? Are you truly at peace?
I mean...
Have you dealt with everything that needs dealt with?
You know what? I think I could do more.
He reaches out and sort of grabs hold of your shoulders both. You have found your way home to me once.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt you will find it again. As he sits back a little bit and just looks at you and gazes back out at the sea. You could spend a little bit more time in the water though, couldn't you? I have missed you.
Good.
As he sort of reaches down into a small pouch. You know, just he reaches out for your hand.
I will give my hand.
As he grabs your hand, just sort of clasps it together. And you start to feel a slight, almost like a burning sensation on your palm. As that's happening, we're going to pan back over towards our group. So as Furia is going about preparing for her spell, what would the other four of you be doing? As Furia will be doing this for the next hour.
Yeah, I guess just trying to keep quiet as Furia had asked. And I guess I'd occasionally just be looking back at these two just to see if anything changes, if they start to do anything, but...
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
Oh, okay. So, as you're watching them, you can see that they are occasionally glancing over at each other. And you get the impression that there is some sort of communication happening, but you're not seeing their lips move, you're not hearing anything. But they're just looking. Again, they haven't moved. They cast their spell and they stepped off to the side, and then they've just been standing there, literally security guard, arms crossed, silent every once in a while, just sort
of. Murdoch, are you seeing anything from those two? It looks like I don't know, looks like they're trying to maybe, looks like they're up to something.
I would assume that they're talking with their boss, perhaps, or maybe just each other, and they're being quiet for Furia. It seemed like they were giving us one chance, and if this spell works, then I think everybody gets to get what they want, which I think is why they're allowing it to happen.
All right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay.
And I don't know if they would care. I would have offered one of them my very long contract so that there's some legitimacy to what I said. But mostly, I have the sending stone to the master of past and present, and Murdoch kind of is turning it. She has the coin, actually, the hell coin in one hand, and the stone to the master of past and present. She's sort of fiddling one between her fingers and one she's turning over and over in her palm, like devil in my right hand, devil on my left, sort of thing, in case I want to try and, in case it doesn't go well.
Okay. So you're going through that. Artemis, Sarah, what would the two of you be doing?
Sarah's just cradling Lydia's head in her lap and like petting her head.
Okay.
And she's like mumbling some stuff, but gotta be quiet for Furia. So just taking care of her girl.
And Artemis?
Art is just quiet. Just watching Furia set up.
Okay. So as Furia, as you take your time and you continue setting up your spell. Anything in specific you would be doing as a part of this, or?
As I go through the motions of the spell, I would be just remembering things that Lydia had done that, why she means a great deal to the party. Everything from her accidentally telling the man at the graveyard to go buy more flowers to, oh man, how are we going to eat these 2 pounds of toffee? What did she buy? Candy that she bought at the store.
Marshmallow and
Happy.
And the
First
multiple
marshmallow,
times.
and then
Yeah,
tattoo.
marshmallows and the but to all the times that she's healed me plus the other people in battles, and she's taking care of us, like make sure we got upstairs when we were drinking too much at the bar, or just thoughts, good and bad and funny, just running through my mind as I go through this.
So as time goes by, Furia begins to sort of get herself situated, comes over beside you, and Sarah, watch as she reaches out, lays her hand on Lydia's forehead, begins to cast the incantation. And you watch as the Fury is going through all of this. You can see parts of the ground and earth start to move and shift. Dirt rising up and forming a roughly human-esque shaped mound. Water starts just free-flowing along the surface of the ground and just where it starts wrapping around it, starting to bring form to this, pile. As she begins to work the magics, we pan back away over to Lydia. As you feel that familiar burning sensation in your hand, well, unfamiliar burning sensation in your hand. As Njord looks down at you and leans in a little bit. They are soon to be calling you back to them. Return to the water, and it will carry you home. But
Thank you.
be warned.
Uh-huh.
The mark I give you now will carry with you. Your form may not remain as it was,
Gotcha.
as sometimes the journey can be taxing.
Understood.
And with that, again, as he lets go, pulls your hands up and places a soft kiss on the back of your hand. Now, go.
Till we meet
Do
again.
more wonderful deeds. And
Of course.
always remember, regardless of what form you find yourself in, your ancestors will always be here following.
Thank you.
He gives a little nod to you and watches as you sort of start to head back down. As you start to walk away, you now start to hear that there are voices within the hall behind him. It seems like people are eating, drinking, making merry. As you travel back down to the water and start to wade out into it, you start to feel this familiar but somewhat new sensation that you didn't notice you had been missing of weight. And as you walk in, you can feel the water flowing around you. And you hear a soft chuckle from a ways behind you. And as you half glance back and turn, you see is just a massive wave is coming towards you. And as it crashes down over you and darkness takes you, that is where we're going to call an end to tonight's session.
That was so epic, guys.
As Furia is completing her spell, and Lydia is apparently on her way back. So actually this is a great, no, it is not, the holiday is in 2 weeks. So we will be back next week to find out what is happening with the new Lydia. Or if the Lydia is new. There's some interesting things going to be coming next week, so make sure you tune in with us. I want to give a quick shout out and say thank you to Vivacia, and I apologize if I'm bludgeoning that, as we do appreciate that, and that add your proficiency bonus definitely helped Sarah out, as that attack would have missed without that added bonus to it, so we do appreciate it. Yeah, we've got streams going on most nights here, so definitely check them out. We'll be back next Monday. And, yeah. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, folks. We'll see you soon.